Bloody hell, mate, you be careful working in there.
Why?
You've not seen Superman 3?
No, I've not. Why?
What's up, guys? So you're either here from part one, if you are, welcome back, or you've found this video and you've missed part one. This is part two of a two-part video of my first ever commercial plant room boiler install with Glenn from HeatSpec. Something that's new to me, hopefully interesting to you, because it was interesting to me. But yeah, it's the second part of the video. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link to the first part of this in the description, and I hope you enjoy it.
Good morning. So Peter's not with me today, so I'm carrying on. I concentrated this morning on getting these flow returns into the cylinder. So yesterday we hadn't quite got enough copper, which was completely my fault. Don't know what happened there, but we've got a cap there, which was the return for the 3-port valve, which is here. I don't know why they put a blender originally. There's the actuator head. Valve body's there. No longer needed, so that's cut out. I will remove the actuator later. That's capped. Let's see what's going on here. So from the microfill, we're going to have a coal main from here into the flex. We're going to go out back onto this copper here, which is the old feed. That then goes up and into the top. I've then also cut an AAV in because that's going to be the highest part of that section. Going round, flows now attached onto the boiler. So that's the pump, and that is controlled by the boiler. Return is also connected. I will put an AAV there, so then any air in the boiler on that section can vent there, and that's into the boiler there. Yesterday we got the flow returns complete. As they're connected, AAV's at the highest point, and obviously we'll have to vent on the radiators on the other side. So I think for the moment now, I'm going to concentrate on getting this microfill connected, and I'm going to get this gas done. I don't want to leave an open end for the weekend, so I'm going to get that done. And then I think Monday we'll see us get this flue in. I don't know why, I missed an elbow off the order, so I need one elbow here before we can complete the flue. And then it's electrics. So the electrics for the Wiesmans is brilliant. You mainly need a live neutral and earth. So I've retained the old Copex off the boiler one, and I'm going to put that live neutral and earth into this boiler, and then everything else is going to be controlled. So the cylinder loading pump is going to be through the boiler, the heating pump will be through the boiler, the secondary return for the hot water, which is tucked over here. I'm going to find the supply for this fuse spare in this containment, which runs all the way around into the BMS panel. I'm going to find that live neutral and earth, and then I'm hopefully going to squeeze it down that conduit through. So the boiler will control this. I then need to get a sensor to the temperature of this, so the boiler's got a target and a live set point. Now I have got a sensor up there, which is probably too far away for this, so I might cut one into the cylinder, and then again run one of these cables I've got on there to that sensor. I'm going to reuse that, find it out of the containment, find where it goes, and then I'll link that into the boiler. So the boiler is telling which pump to come on using domestic hot water priority on weather compensation. So all of this electrics is going to be redundant. The expansion vessel we did yesterday, we drained that, pumped it back up. That's holding pressure, which I'm really pleased about. I've reconnected it in. I've put a service valve in and a drain cock there for servicing annually. So we're not far off now. The back is definitely broken. I've started on a bit of lagging. So yeah, we're getting there. It's a complete transformation, and I'm looking forward to getting cleared out to make it look a lot better. So I've got a little question on automatic air vents, and I would like to know which everyone's preferred method is on joining them into the pipework. So this one here, I've used a threaded centre T. great, nice and secure. Yes, I've used glue, but that would come out, and there's also a quick release on there anyway for changing. Then we go across to this one, and here we've got the 1/2 inch thread onto a male spigot, which goes straight into a press fitting, compression, soldered, whatever you like. Again, glued in, but that would wind out, but we've got quick release here anyway. I think that looks really tidy. And then there's this method, compression. Now, I'm not so keen on this, but unfortunately the merchants ran out of the male spigot, so this is what I had to use. But you've got another means of taking off with the compression. What is your preferred method? Threaded, I think, is really nice and smart, but the fittings, the brass fittings, quite expensive for what they are, but solid, never going to go anywhere. But aesthetically, I quite like those, but I just wish you could get Flamco ones in 15mm, but unfortunately my merchants don't have them. I just think that looks a bit tall. What do you think? Right, it's a bit of an update. Microfill is connected on the inlet and outlet. AAVs are all in and tight. I've also done the gas. That was a real pain. 2 fixed points, and to kind of get behind the insulation block and everything was a tad tricky, but I've done it. It's clipped. I've tested it, no leaks, so that is good. So for today, I'm gonna have a tidy up now. We're back on Monday. We're gonna get the flue done. Monday morning we can actually fill. I've just squirted a bit of water through the filling loop. So yeah, Monday morning we can fill. I'm gonna start the wiring. I'm gonna get Pete on the flue. And yeah, we'll hopefully have a mad dash on Monday, be able to get fired up. That'd be lovely. And then just the lagging to do. But I think for today, folks, that is it.
So Monday morning we're back. Glenn's busy with the electrics and I'm getting on lagging the pipes. When we've done all that, get the flue done, and then we'll talk through with you how it all works. But Glenn's filled it up. You've done me a few updates, haven't you, on your phone?
Yeah.
So hopefully it's all making sense at the minute. But yeah, I'm just going around now with the Pipe Lagger Pro, getting the lagging on. So we're on a bit of a mission now. Just explain what we're doing.
Right, so this Wiesmann is capable of running everything in the plant room through the boiler. And we've got loads of containment around the room, and it all comes back to this BMS panel. Now this BMS panel is a bit hit and miss. It's not working great, so we're going to pull it all back to the boiler. Now what I'm trying to do is fish out the secondary return pump on the domestic hot water and find out the live feeds. We haven't got any drawings, we haven't got any labels other than numbers. Some things are labelled up in the fuse spurs, but not everything. And we can't find where the secondary hot water is. So we now just need to find the live and neutral and the earth incoming.
Have all that. So basically what we're doing is pulling one, like this one, pulling it and following it and seeing where it goes.
Right, I have just found a sticker. Domestic hot water primary pump. Now we want secondary. Oh, that's a
So
shame.
just to show you, they are labelled. So this one here is labelled 112. See these little brown brown's 1, red's 2 and 113. We found them, but they're not the same where they end up over there. So don't know why, but it's not the same cable as what's labelled there and what's labelled here. This one's labelled 112 and 113. See that one there, 112? But it's not the one that corresponds in the box.
So that's the outside sensor which comes out from there, and then I've used the old 0 to 10 volt from boiler 2, joined those together, and then that's now my outside sensor for the boiler, and I've linked it in, so that's fine. We just need this secondary hot water, which is this one.
I can't see the fucking slot.
Glenn's pissed off.
Oh, hang on a minute. Okay.
It's like that scene from 2001: A Space Odyssey with the monkey with a bone.
Using tools for the first time.
So I've done my job, which is the lagging. Look at that T, that's beautiful. So now power's on, gas is on. Glenn's messing about with the pumps. I am going to start doing the flue. Should I have a cup of tea?
Sounds smashing out idea, darling.
Get the kettle on, old boy. Right, so just wired that in. That's all connected. So just explain to anyone who doesn't know what this is, what it does.
Right, it's an automatic fill device. Here we can see on the left we've got the inlet pressure, and here's the system pressure. Yes, it's slightly high because we haven't vented round yet, but we're just looking at this inlet pressure, and it's bouncing from between 1.2, 1.3 bar all the way up to 3 bar.
Does that depend on what they're using in the factory next door?
Well, it could be, but there's not a big demand up there unless it's something silly like the canteen behind or something. There you go, look at that. That's quite low. But yeah, it's basically, this works with a solenoid valve opening and closing for the system pressure, and then it will dump out any remaining, and that's how they can get away with such a small thing with category 4 or 5.
So do you tell it what you want the system pressure to be at, and this keeps it at that?
Yeah, it will say we want 1.5 bar or something like that, and it will keep it topped up, and then it will have an alarm on it for low and an alarm for high.
And if it loses pressure, like, often, does it tell you?
Yeah, it's got a counter in here. Tells you how many litres have gone in.
Right, got you.
And then if it's got a flood alarm, so if it goes over X amount of litres in a space of time, it will say you've got a leak on the system.
Got you. So it's just like looking after the system pressure, keeping the system going, but if there is a problem where you need to fix a leak, it will tell you, rather, because I'm thinking if you've got something like this and you've got a leak, is it just going to keep filling it?
No, it's gone into lock.
You waste a load of water.
Flood alarm.
Inlet pressure 2.8 now. Definitely someone's drawing some off. Or maybe, you know, we're on Magna Park, maybe there's a factory, they're doing something.
That's a big drop though, because what we've got here, we've got a main of what, 35 mil. It's dropping a lot, isn't it?
So this cable here, which is
116.
116, is actually labelled in here as 112.
112, 113, yeah. So since whenever this has been commissioned, whoever's commissioned it has got the sensors the wrong way around.
Which has been an absolute pain in the arse for us trying to find that cable.
There we go.
Could have been any one of these. We've literally been going, pull that one, pull that one, pull that one, until we worked it out, and it goes all the way along. All the way along here.
It's the furthest one. It's the furthest one.
So we've just dragged it down through there, the 2 greys, and then this is the secondary return pump. It wasn't easy getting that through there when there's already like 5 wires in it, but we need to get it all the way to there. Little bits like this take time, don't they?
Yeah, and it's difficult doing it on your own as well, so having you here, it makes it a little bit easier. Alright, so
as my flue comes around this bend, I need to support it just here, and I've got this cantilever, so what I'm going to do is put a rod down, bend it 90, and then put the clip on there to hold that. So I'm going to do that now. So I need to bend this 90 degrees for that flue clip. I'm going to use a 10mm pipe bender. Basically just pop it in there like that, and then as you would bend a piece of copper pipe, just bend it round. So yeah, just bend that round like I would do a 10mm pipe. It should be 90. And you don't need a tobacco one, you can do it with the little copper one, you one where you get 8, 10 on the same bender. There it is, bent rod, supporting the flue.
So I just wanted to show you something I found. I've been a big user of Wago connectors in the past. I think they're absolutely fantastic. And then not so long back I found these inline live neutral nerves, similar to a Wago, just not made by Wago. And these are available from Toolstation. But I've always thought, oh, I wish they did a 5 or a 6 version for things like zone valves. And I know you can get the rigging plugs. These are really handy. But then came across these last week, and same sort of thing, but you can connect them together. And they do from 0.8mm or 0.08mm to 4mm cable, and you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, however many. You get a nice little pack. So for 5s for zone valves, fantastic, and you want to go more and more and more, create your own little connector panel, you can do. So yeah, these are off Amazon. I just think really handy.
So that's me done the flue. Glenn's filled the rads. What's the stage we're at now then?
Just
mate?
condense, and then we can tidy up.
Just condensing into a bucket. So we've got the hot and cold flow and returns come across to heat this, all lagged. Central heat and flow and returns up ceiling height, through into the building, all lagged. Flue's done,
Wiring's done. So talk us through this. This is the internet one.
Yeah, that's a Vitacom. So we've got a data cable from here into the boiler, and then once we've got internet into here, we can control it remotely, and I can monitor it remotely as well.
And then that's just a wiring sensor.
That's a wiring sensor for 2 additional pumps, so that's running the hot water loading pump and the heating pump, and that's all communicated via the boiler's bus language.
Okay, let me sit down. So you just talk us through.
So on here we've got outside temperature, inside target temperature, and we've got, if we go into information, we can see we've got a heating circuit, which is the pump, and hot water. The cylinder's currently 60. If that was below its set point, obviously that pump would be on. We're also controlling the circulation pump as well, secondary side. Heating, we've got room temperature, reduced temperature of 13. I've set the curve up for the weather comp to 2 on this because the ladies upstairs wanted the office quite warm. But we can alter all of this through here. We can set all the times, all the temp. There's the weather comp curve. It's always quite interesting to look at. And then hot water wise, we can do exactly the same. We can set the target temp when it comes on, and the circulation pump as well. So it's all controlled through here.
Nice. So just explain the low loss header.
Okay, so we've got primary side coming in from the boiler into the low loss header. It's going out on that one, coming back on here, and there's separation. I've never seen a cutout of this, so I'm quite interested myself on these. I've done a few of them. And
It's normally just a big chamber though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of an open chamber. That's the boiler pump.
So there's no pump in the boiler.
No pump in the boiler. That's the pump externally, and that's pumping.
So
round.
that boiler, could you use that as a heat only
Yeah.
or a system boiler?
Yeah. And this is the 4 pipe on a low loss header. There is another connection set as well, which you can pull off here, similar. Yes, great bit of kit this.
So you just got a few bits to finish off because I've
Yeah,
got to go.
just tidying a few bits up. I'm going to get rid of all the old legs from the BMS panel. I think we're about there.
Nice little job.
3 days. Quite pleased.